Well, this is the thing. You know, we're reading this morning that this is the start of the one in, one out situation right now. Ever since it was announced that there was this one in, one out new system that was going to be used, I mean, I've just said everybody knows it won't be one in, one out, because it'll be one out and 17 in minimum, possibly even more than that. But also, the way that it's described in the newspapers this morning, and I'm going to read you a piece from the Telegraph, says that these people who are now coming in will be detained and then sent back to France. Now, I've got no idea how that's going to work, so let's ask Andrew Griffith MP, Shadow Business and Trade Secretary, if he's got any idea how this system is supposed to be operational, because there doesn't appear to be any evidence, Andrew, that it will work. Very good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike. Always good to be here at the home of common sense. And you are absolutely right. The Home Secretary is flailing around. This is one of those re-announcements. They've got nothing sensible to say. The boats are arriving every single day. And let's just unpick this a little bit. First of all, nobody should be coming in a small boat from France. France is a safe country. They've got some slightly exotic tastes in food, but they are a safe country. They're a G7 nation. They're a member of the P5 United Nations Permanent Security Council. So nobody in the first place should be coming from France. We saw that one famous dinghy just before President Macron met the Prime Minister that they actually managed to find and puncture and stop. We've never seen a single picture since then of the French police actually stopping. And I put it to you, if each one of these small boats, instead of carrying migrants to the UK, was carrying pieces of artwork from Le Louvre, do we not think that the gendarmerie would be able to stop each and every one of those boats?
Yeah.
Now, the numbers, there is a role for return scheme. And there is an incentive about this. It's an economic activity. But the idea that you're going to have 94 in and 6 maybe returned at best just shows what a flawed scheme this is. That is not going to be a deterrent. If I said to you, would you buy a lottery ticket to a life of benefits and luxury, and you've got a 94% chance of winning and just a 6% chance of maybe being returned if the Home Secretary's scheme works, then I think you would take that bet. And that is why this is a flawed scheme. The government, because they are refusing to do things like withdraw from the ECHR, they can't put in place a proper returns. Our jails are full of foreign offenders, and we've seen a record number of arrivals since this government came to power.
Well, this is the trouble. I mean, according to, again, the piece I'm looking at here, 800 people will be taken back to France by the end of the year. I mean, that's literally one day's crossing on a good day for some of these people.
Not even a whole day, some days.
Some days it's more than that, yeah. And of course, they're saying that if they do take people back, they will then be replaced by some other people who they will have checked in terms of their eligibility for coming to the UK. Well, again, I'm sorry, that sounds like more of an incentive to get to Calais to try and get to Britain, doesn't it?
Yeah, and look, we had a return scheme that would have worked. It was designed and ready to go, the Rwanda scheme. It took some time to get through the courts. But the key point about that is it would have been every single arrival. And that would properly have broken the incentive to come here, get that path to indefinite leave to remain and citizenship and welfare benefits, access to our NHS, pricing our young people out of property, taking the jobs of British people, many of whom are sitting at home on welfare. So we had a scheme that worked. And this Home Secretary, in her first few days in office, cancelled that 100% return scheme. A year later, after presiding over the biggest arrival since the Norman Conquest, she's now come up with a very poor imitation that simply won't work. It's not equal to the scale of the challenge. And your viewers see day after day what is happening in communities across the United Kingdom. We need a much more muscular response. The government needs to stop being a government of lawyers and actually tackle the immigration system, the tribunals, look at international laws and properly come up with a scheme that will actually deal with this and kill it dead, rather than just performative words like stop the gangs and then preside over an ever-increasing number of arrivals to this country. We just can't afford it. It's not like Rachel Reeves has left the economy in such a wonderful state that we can invite the world here to come and share in our prosperity.
Well, that's the other problem, isn't it? Because things have really ratcheted out of control in the year that Keir Starmer, just over a year now since he's been in. I mean, I know it wasn't great under the Tories, and there were lots of people coming over illegally when you were in power, but it seems to have sort of turbocharged in the past year.
Yeah, everything is going much faster in the wrong direction. I mean, we see that with the economy. Unemployment has gone up every single month. Does this lot listen? No, they do not. They're piling on 300 pages of red tape in the Employment Rights Bill. That's a big sop to their union friends and donors. But also, by the way, it's another great piece of work for employment lawyers. The immigration tribunals are having great time of it with these record number of small boat arrivals. I mean, what if you're objective, what it tells you is this government just didn't have a plan, right? Their plan was, oh, well, we don't like the Tories, despite the fact we were starting to get to grips with the small boats crisis that was caused mostly by lefty bishops in the Lords and the court system. We were starting to turn around the economy and get that growing again after COVID. Yes, debt was too high then, but debt has much more ballooned since then, and we're facing a potential of a doom loop, which the only thing that this Chancellor is going to do is come back for more of your viewers' money, whether it's their savings, their investments, their pensions, even their inheritance, to plug her goal, because she only knows she's only got one stick to pull, which is spend more taxpayers' money.
Yeah, I'm afraid so, and that is not a good look for any of us, really, and we wonder whether the summer is going to bring even more kind of economic El Collapso. We shall see. Andrew, good to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed. Andrew Griffith MP. Let's get a voice note from Tony.
Hi, mate. Great show as usual. Tony from Bradford here. Look, I'm confused. I just don't know why all these illegal immigrants want to come to the UK. I mean, what do they get? They just get, living in a 4-star hotel, food, board. They get free housing also, and they get free medical at the front of the line. They get clothes, tickets for the football matches. I've even heard driving lessons. I just don't understand why they'd want to come here.
Well, I mean, it's a lot better for them than it is for us, I think, is probably the straight answer to that, Tony, because in the end, if you come here with nothing and you get given something, then that's better than starting with something and ending up with nothing, which is